Good, man. How was the work? How's your workout?
Exhausting.
Yeah. Who's the
Yeah.
dude you lift with?
His name's Matt. He works for DraftKings. Nice guy, young guy.
Get
He's
out
like
of here.
20.
DraftKings, huh?
Yeah.
That's a cool
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Cool. So yeah, man, we're just kind of hanging out. Everyone here, this is Ed. I think you guys, if you're in school, you probably know of Ed or have heard of him. He's my partner in Clicks Geek, our agency, where we do really cool things. So, you missed it, dude. We were talking about Claude. So I started using Claude this morning for like pretty much like the second time I ever played around with it for our LTO stuff, like follow-up series, abandoned cart stuff. I don't know if you heard any of that, but it's so much better than ChatGPT. Like, I can't even believe it, like how much better it is.
Got it.
But
Interesting.
yeah,
Rob, are you on the free plan or are you on a paid plan?
for
And is there a
Claude,
big difference?
yeah, for Claude, I'm on the free, so I can imagine the pay. Well, I'm gonna get the paid, but I
Right.
can imagine it's probably way better. Do you use it?
I have the free plan. I have the paid plan of ChatGPT, but I was wondering,
I have the
if the
paid. Yeah.
free plan of Claude is what you were using, because that's good to know that it's better.
Oh my God, yeah. So I'm in the same boat too, right? I have the paid ChatGPT, which I use for it. Literally, it could extort me for everything in my life because of
Mhm.
how I ask it. I have folders for all of my stuff. It's all organized. Like it's crazy. But like I use it for everything. And then I started using Claude for content based on a recommendation from somebody. And I was just like blown away. I just can't believe it. Like just the way it writes and all that. Like, does anyone else here use Claude besides me right now? Gary,
I
come on,
use a
man.
mix of I use a mix of Claude, Grok, ChatGPT, and Gemini and Perplexity. I have like all of them on my tabs.
You got your pulse of
Good
all that
Lord,
stuff.
Fessel.
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
subscriptions to all that stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Each
God.
one of them.
I use ChatGPT for my dating life.
That's got to be interesting. That's the ultimate hack right there, man.
It's interesting.
I wonder how many Tinder profiles are just straight up ChatGPT generated.
A lot. That would imagine a lot.
I
Make
did
me
hear
sick.
somewhere recently that there's like an aggregator that you put in your prompt and it will spit out from all the different, like maybe four different AI, ChatGPT, Claude.
Oh, that's cool.
You know,
That's
if
interesting.
if I find out like how to get there, I'll post it in the school group.
That's pretty cool.
I'm not sure if it's paid or not, but I'll have to
Probably.
look into it a little bit more.
All right, a couple more people popping in. So what do you guys want to touch on today? Anything of urgence or any campaigns you have problems with or sales stuff? What do you guys want to do?
Can I ask a quick question,
Yeah,
Rob?
shoot.
Um, I have a meeting next week with a developer who's, at the point where his 30 unit condo block is kind of ready to go. And they're running open houses and he's not doing anything right now from what I can see, barely even posting on social media.
Yeah.
So I think there's a huge potential for him. I know there's some restrictions on Facebook, kind of like political ads with real estate.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering your perspective on like Google Ads for selling real estate.
So real estate, Ed, who's Nick, right? Nick
Kramer.
does Nick
Yeah.
Kramer does he's only real estate, I'm pretty sure.
He's doing a bit of white label now too. He's pretty well versed, but we never touched real estate. We did real estate investors, but for real estate, he mixes in an IDX. So it shows
Yeah.
dynamically different properties and low cost per click, decent cost per lead, and it's just a volume game from what he's told me.
Yeah. And Nick
Right.
would know. Nick's been doing this for
Yeah,
forever, which
Nick
is
is
sad.
like the one of the premier guys for real estate.
It's
Okay.
gonna come down to your offer and your landing page. That's gonna be the biggest thing. Getting the traffic is really easy. You just have to have a really tight list of negative keywords too to make sure it's like the right type of traffic between, buyers, sellers, all that stuff. Because some things you'll get a mix mosh of both, and you don't want that. So you want to
Yeah.
have like a clear who you're targeting via the
Nick
keywords.
Nick's doing he's not doing agent leads, he's doing property leads.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So with an IDX, it's kind of like it like pulls in stuff from the MLS and show you given properties based on the parameters you're looking for, whether it be like neighborhood driven or street driven,
That's awesome.
city driven, town driven, whatever. You can go
Yeah.
really specific with it
So
based on
he's
giving
basically
it.
taking on a realtor as a client and then just basically pushing all of the properties to buyers. who are coming from Google
Yep.
and just showing them the whole Rolodex pretty much of that's
Yep.
pretty cool. And they submit
There are
once a month.
campaigns for agent stuff, but the bulk of it's going to be, that's the 80-20. It's like 95% is going to be people house shopping.
Yeah. Hey Sue, sorry, just saw your chat. Oh, just listening. All right, no worries. Feel better. Yeah. So what? So they wanna rent out. Is it a rental or they're trying to sell the condos or
Selling them.
they're selling
Yeah,
them?
they have multiple condo units. They do rent some, but they're selling these. So I think, they're not acting as well, they're acting as their own real estate agent too. So I think their strategy will be to just drive people to a landing page to show them, the one bedroom unit, the two bedroom unit,
Yep.
generate interest so that people will then maybe contact their real estate agent to view the units. And
Yeah.
I think my strategy would be awareness for them, rather than, an aggregate of lots of different types of properties. It'll be just this one particular building that they're
Yeah.
selling units in.
What you could do is gate the content. Like they have to. It's one way to do it. You could submit. They could land on the landing page, and then you have the buildings that are for sale or whatever, or the units for sale. And if they click it, a pop-up happens, and it's like
Mhm.
fill out this form before, and then after you just have to redirect them to some kind of other landing page where you have the actual listing and all that stuff. I've seen that before, and I've done that before. It's not the highest converting, but the leads who do submit are on the back end. So the gated meet basically is like what I described, right? Like you click it to see more. They fill that lead out. That's not the greatest quality lead, but then they get redirected to another landing page that has like all of the information, pictures, lots of pictures if you're doing something like that, of the unit. And then you can have another call to action on that page where it's like, submit for approval or whatever your hook is to get them to fill out the application for whatever. Those
Yeah.
leads are going to be the ones that are super qualified because they've went through a form and filled it out twice. And a lot of depending on what landing page software you're using, you can carry over the information from the first form, automatically populate in the second form on the second landing page. They're linked together, so they won't have to just refill all that shit out again.
Yeah.
So it's something to think about if you do try that strategy. Or like Ed said, you do like an IDX type thing where you go to landing page and maybe it's like, just have like a carousel of all of the different units. They can click on it to open one up, or I don't
Yeah.
know, but that's
That's tough when you're just selling just a handful of properties.
yeah,
That's a weird one. That's a pretty unique scenario.
Yeah, like
it is.
I would say, I mean, I haven't been in the units, but I would say they're, there's one bedroom and two bedroom, and they all probably look the exact same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're all at the same price. Like the one bedroom will be one price, the two bedroom will be the other price, depending on, I suppose, what floor or what view you get. There might be slight variations, but um, yeah, it'll be a specific buyer who either wants to downsize from their current home, or who, they want to live in an apartment or a condo, or who
Yeah.
can't afford a home and needs to get on the property ladder. So it's like that probably late 20s, early 30s, or maybe the older buyer that's thinking that they'll sell their home and just downsize into a condo.
Yeah. Either way, as long as you control a landing page, it's going to help you immensely.
Right.
What about your last guy we talked about a couple weeks ago? Was the electrician or is he a plumber?
Pipelining. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting leads. The web developer, I have a meeting with him next week, and we're going to talk about a specific dedicated landing page. So that's progress. And in the
Nice.
meantime, the client is happy enough that he's getting the leads. I think it'll improve once we figure out the whole landing page thing. So yeah,
Awesome.
going good.
Cool. Fessel, what do you
Right.
think about that, man?
Thank you.
I agree with Ed and you,
Yeah.
everything that you said.
Honestly, I'd probably run Facebook ads for it since it's a
Yeah,
property.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
this is Google Ad School, but maybe hop over into Facebook Ad School.
No, we do
Yeah.
Facebook
Yeah.
stuff all the time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I would probably run Facebook ads for it. That's when you have a specific property in mind, that's a decent approach, and you can segment it. I think you could segment it in market for home purchase. I think
I would
I
think
you'll
so.
be able to.
Yep, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just target zip codes, within a certain radius, and yeah.
Yep.
It'd be a lot easier, that's
you
for
can
sure.
blast out the targeting first, and then after 30 days, you can really factor in who your like reach is, and then you can just target those kind of audiences with lookalike audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say that, and then maybe a very small Google Ads campaign specific to
Yeah.
condo in name of city, and like
right.
only a handful of keywords around that, and just be like a
Or
campaign.
or even just retarget to Facebook, right? You can use the Google
Yeah,
Ads to do it like a PMax retargeting or display or
Yep.
something like that, just to stay in front
right,
of
right.
them and just like heavy creatives and all that stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, because
you're probably
I'm
right.
sure they have like stunning photos and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Video, would be good for a Facebook ads campaign for
And
sure.
is this client, does this client have any other business with you, or is it just to sell this property?
This will be my first time meeting them, but they
Okay.
are condo developers. Like they
Okay.
have another building coming up next, they'll start to build next year. So, and they do own properties, so they're always looking to rent properties too. So I think it could be some ongoing business.
Okay.
Nice.
Got it. Good.
That's awesome.
All right, I'll keep you guys posted.
Eric, what's up, man? How's everything going?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. What do you got for us today, man? You got any issues you want to work through?
Not really.
Campaign wise only. Campaign wise only. What do you got? Nothing?
Nothing really, man. Run Facebook ads a lot.
Yeah, how's that going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
What kind of niches are you in?
Chiropractor, SaaS.
Nice. SaaS is probably hard, man. I would think.
Yeah, I
We
run
don't
it for
run
my
any of that kind of
own,
stuff.
like life insurance and real estate.
Yeah. Life insurance too, huh?
You tell us then, what should we be doing on real estate?
There you go. What would
Buyer
you
and seller leads.
what'd you say?
I said buyer and seller leads.
Oh yeah. That's how everyone runs them, man. So I'm curious about the chiropractor, only because I know it's like a massively fucking saturated niche with Facebook ads. So everyone does like the same offer pretty much. How do you like break yourself off from that, from the same everyone in the same offer in chiropractic?
Well, like she focuses on like digestive issues, things like that. It's not like the typical chiropractor. She's more
Yeah.
holistic.
Nice.
So it's like more like allergy issues, digestive issues,
So
and believe it or not, digestive issues is extremely popular. I'm now running Google ads for her digestive issues and
yeah.
doing really well.
Nice, man. Do you do anything else besides Facebook ads? Do you do SEO or
I pretty much do it all. You know what I mean? Build funnels,
nice.
email marketing, Facebook ads, and now learning, Google ads. But I've been doing like SEO for a long time, Google My Business, all that good stuff.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I still am. I'm bullish on LSA in the future. I just don't know why the product is just not fleshed out. Like it's just not, and it could be so great. I don't understand why they can't get their shit together. Like Ed, we remember that we went on that tear getting a ton of those guys, and then it's just like the only one that's still doing really like insanely good is the pool company. It
Yep.
just runs, right? It never dipped off like most of them dip off after X amount of time or whatever.
So I talked to a guy maybe 2 weeks ago. He worked at LSA at Google
Oh
and
shit.
was on product there. And his chief complaint to his managers was that there's no rotation and that it's always like one or two winners in a market and that's it.
Yeah.
And he still stands by that because he's like, "What do you think about it?" And I just went on a little rant and I was like, "It's
Yeah.
fucking great or it sucks and you can't spend money." And he's like, amen. He's like, "I don't know if you know this, but I worked at Google and I worked in that department and that was our chief complaint and they didn't really care."
They didn't care.
Mhm.
So they basically have the capacity to fix it if they wanted to.
It's
Because
like you pick your horse, the horse is winning. Why are you changing it? So
yeah, it just sucks, man. Because it could be such a great product if they could just get their shit together. Like, and now they have AI doing. I don't know if you guys who run this have seen this, but AI is automatically, I guess, listening to the calls and crediting bad calls back to the account by itself. You don't have to do that anymore. I noticed that like a couple weeks ago, which I thought was really cool. I mean, if
yeah,
they
it's
could
always
just
good to let Google do their own thing. Let just trust, sit back and trust exactly what they want to do.
as
Always
long
let
as it's credits and not charging you for it, it
right.
makes sense. But I don't know, man. I just feel like it could be so good, especially if you pair that with like Maps SEO or something like that, and then you have those two biggest spots right there with ads in between. You don't even have to run Google Ads at this point if you got those two. I mean, it would just be assuming you can get it to spend. Like Evan, I don't think Evan's here, but he's got a couple guys on LSAs and we talk about it every other weekend. And he's like, I have guys who have budget of $5,000 a week. And he's like, and they'll get 3 calls. He's like,
Hmm.
then I have guys in another market and they got a budget of $500 and they get like, a dozen calls a week, 2 dozen calls a week. So it's
Hmm.
so random. I don't know why they can't just figure that out, but it sounds like what your guy said is true though. Like there's 2 winners and that's it, and everyone else is just like your beat, pretty much.
Yep. That was, yeah, he's like, they just don't move them out of the spot and they just keep spending money. It's just,
Yeah.
I think if they look at it as a cash flow asset, and I
Yeah.
would imagine if that card gets declined at any point, then they start testing it. I'd imagine there's some sort of trigger in there, but
Yeah.
cash flow asset for him. So
Where'd you
it's,
meet that dude? Dealmaker?
no, I met him, my friend with the merchant services company.
Oh,
This
okay.
was one of his contacts. He was potentially looking to sell his agency. So I had a conversation about that.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, do any of you guys have any questions for Ed or anything like that? Otherwise, I'm gonna bail out of here. It's Friday. You guys are killing me
I,
today.
What's up,
I got a
Ryan?
question. I got a question about onboarding, a quick question about onboarding, if you guys don't
Yeah,
mind.
man. Shoot.
So whenever I get a new client that's never done Google Ads before, so they're creating their first Google Ads account, when I get their 10-digit account ID after they've completed it, I request access, but I can't link to their Google Ads account unless they create like their first dummy campaign. Have you guys found a loophole to link your manager's account to their Google Ads account when they first make it without having to go through those stupid campaign process right
No,
at
just express and have them pause it.
There's no Express
yeah.
anymore, dude.
Oh, there we go. That's how removed I am from it. My goodness. That's what it used to be.
I'm pretty sure Fessel could back me up in this. I'll get you in a sec, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that we just create a dummy one in like
Yeah.
2 minutes and we just burn through it and pause it immediately, and then we have access to the account or the account's like,
Okay,
all right, there you go.
So
that's what I've been
there are
doing.
2 ways that you can create a Google Ads account. The number one is when you're creating it, it will ask you to create a dummy, a smart campaign. Before
Yeah.
it was Express, Ed, and
There
now
you go.
Okay,
it's
all right. I knew I wasn't crazy. We
yeah.
still do
No,
that.
you're right. Before it was called Express, and now it's Smart.
Yep.
So you create that smart campaign, and immediately you get access into the dashboard, and you just pause it. That's number one. Second one is when you are creating the smart campaign at the bottom, it says just go into the Google Ads account. When you
Mhm.
click on that, that's where you get the full access, and you can just link into it without having to create any campaign then.
Okay, because usually
Yeah.
I would just stick with them on the phone, the phone while
Yeah.
on, and just walk them through the process.
You
But some
can actually create a new Gmail ID for yourself and record both the processes and create it into a Loom and just share with whatever your future clients are.
That's what we
Yeah,
do.
that's-
We send a video of like,
Okay.
do this, then do that. And honestly, man, make the video like they're in fucking fourth grade.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they will not understand it. They'll get lost, they'll get confused. So just be like,
Yep.
here, first we do this, then we click here, then we do that. And then all you have to do then, man, is just send that video off every single time and they'll just bang through them and just make your process much more smooth.
Perfect.
Cool.
YouTube started for us with answering the same. I get the same million questions in white label, and I was like turning blue in the face just answering it. I wouldn't be paying attention. I would just know the answers and just go. And I was like, me and Robert chatting, like, let's just record videos of these questions we get. So if you think about it that way, anything you're doing more than once, anything you're answering more than once, start recording videos and get those to your clients. It's going to make your life a lot easier. It's going to make things less annoying in the process.
Yeah.
Because you're just repeating yourself. So do it once to perfection, and then just makes life a lot easier. And you can trigger automations to automatically send all that stuff, and just so much simpler.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just SOP it out. Yeah.
Exactly. And now, dude, you have it even better now because now you got AI to help you SOP everything. Like we never even had that shit in 2017, 16 or whatever. Like it
Yeah.
was crazy.
I had just another quick question. I know you guys switched over to Go High Level. Are there any YouTube accounts that really helped you learn the whole interface, the whole platform? Because right now it's kind of a big learning curve for me at the moment.
I don't
You mean
know.
GHL?
Yeah, GHL. I don't think specifically
No, there's
Dustin,
no
our
specific
CO,
one.
Dustin, he's like really, really proficient in it, and he always has been. So he's always known that. I would have to ask him where. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys. One of the guys I follow on that for GHL is Rob Bailey, even though he's really pushy with signing up for stuff, but he does
Mhm.
do really good content.
Okay.
Just any how-to stuff.
Go Out Level has an onboarding call. You can book that with them. They'll
Who's
show
that?
you around.
Who is it?
I said Go High Level has an
Oh,
onboarding call.
yeah. But as for YouTube, I'm not really sure. Brian, sorry, buddy. Go ahead. You had your hand up.
Oh, no worries. I just want to ask Ed and everybody on this call, this is more like a psychological question about the industry and how everyone sees it in today's world and where you think it's going to go over the next 12 months, Ed, especially around it seems like more and more, agencies are trying to buy agencies to get client, you know, customers and build it up that way. You think that's a trend that's going to continue? And also, do you think it's a difference on how we have to market to find our acquisition of our customers? Like we have to get even more broad in what we're going after besides ads, SEO, you know, um, YouTube,
Great question.
social, huh?
Great question.
Yeah, sorry. Gotcha.
You're good. I would say I think the acquisition space is going to continue to ramp up. There's going to be consolidators in the space that are constantly looking for more deals. There's a ton of private equity money that hadn't been spent over the last few years that is just sitting there waiting to be spent. So I think there'll be lots of acquisitions. Typically, they were looking for like $2 million net businesses or above, and that started to come down market to $1.5 million, even down to like 500K. So just because they can't find deals, they couldn't find the deals they were looking for.
And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these guys, aren't doing $3 million or
Right.
$2 million.
Most aren't. Yeah.
Most aren't,
Not even
most
close.
are in the 600,000, or,
Yep.
less, just because it's so hard to scale and things happen so frequently and change.
Mhm.
Like, that's what I was trying to, pick your brain on.
Yeah. I think it's going to continue to ramp up because there's pent up demand for it. And I think it'll be survival of the fittest in terms of how you adapt to the products as they change over time.
Yeah.
LSA is an example. It's either shit or get off the pot. It wasn't a good product for us, so we moved off it, went on to another product.
Yeah.
Facebook changes their platform frequently, just as much as Google changes their platform.
Oh
so
my God.
it's just what was it? God, I'm going to date myself here. What was the name of that movie with Clint Eastwood where he's the Marine? There's a famous line in it. It's improvise, adapt, and overcome. You just have to, you constantly, things are changing. You have to take it in, figure out a solution, and just keep moving forward. And I think there'll be ads within all of the AI platforms here within the next, I'd say, 12 months. OpenAI has to monetize here soon because
They're in trouble if they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming soon.
Yep.
On that point, like, back to the acquisition point of, these agencies, would you say that agencies will never die? Honestly, that's my personal belief. I think we're always going to need somebody who's willing to do it for a business owner, or for whoever's doing the work or whoever's doing something. They're always going to want some kind of marketing person. Do you think that's going to evolve into something that is more of a, overarching marketing department that, they're outsourcing really a CFO or CFF, whatever whatever the term is?
DMO.
Well, CMO, sorry.
I do, and I think you'll keep removing humans from the mix, and it'll be more chatbots and AI, and you'll have the strategic thinkers, and then you'll have the implementers and the prompters. I think that's coming to a degree. I mean, you're seeing that with some of Rob's software that he's built. It just makes everything easier. I don't think they're going away because they shouldn't be trusted. I mean, this isn't going public, correct? But
I'll put it on YouTube eventually.
Shit. You're right. So I'm not going to say what I'm going to say, but like,
no, it'll be fine. So yeah,
when have they ever done anything that's in our best interest or the client's
Never.
best interest?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Never.
So I think there's always going to need to be someone in the small business owner's corner that actually is, trying to be efficient with ad budget. Yeah.
Yeah. More like an advocate. So you're basically turning us into a business owner advocate for them.
Yep.
Between these platforms. And really, maybe that's the positioning, for us.
And there's this shit's complicated. There's a lot of bells and whistles, and they're not going to learn it. Even if
we talked about this last, I think it was a week or two ago, and my point of it is that there's always going to be a certain percentage of business owners who don't want to fucking deal with it. They don't. They're just like they want to pay someone just to like take care of it, handle it, or and work with their internal team if they have one to handle it. So I think Brian, in your aspect, that is never going away ever.
It can't.
For
It
some
can't go
percentage,
away.
it will for sure.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be people like myself. You can ask Ed. I'd rather just pay someone to do it. I don't want to figure it out. And
Yeah.
I'm always going to do that in every aspect of my life. If I would rather hire someone who can do it correctly for me instead of trying to watch YouTube videos and figure it out. Like it's never going to go away.
And let me ask you this on this is more of a one more question follow up to that is, you know, as a marketing agency, I'm sure everybody in here is a marketing agency in some sort of respect. You know, when's the right time to sell, Ed? You know, you know, when do you think when are you guys selling? What's your game plan? Are you guys selling out and, you know, giving it to the, you know, hopefully they'll pay you?
Torn. I feel like we're about to go on an epic tear with something that Rob's been working on for a while.
Yeah.
So that's to be determined.
Yeah.
As far as when to sell, so I bought a few businesses outside of the agency, and the reasons vary on why people sell. A lot of it is more of it's in the small business space, more of it's psychological than it is money driven.
Yeah.
Burnout is a huge piece of it because the businesses aren't systemized. They don't have good process in place. They don't hire people, the quote unquote, I can't find good employees. It's more like they're just a shitty business. Then they don't have good systems in place. They don't have good training in place. They're not really supporting their team members, and all hell just breaks loose. So they get burnt out.
1000%.
So in the SMB space, it's probably like 70-80% are frustrated and burnt out more than they are financially motivated to sell. And also it depends on your age. If you're younger, you're looking to sell typically for financial reasons. And if you're older, you're looking to just be done, and potentially it's a nest egg, potentially it's not. So it's a loaded question without more context. You'd have to think about each particular business.
So also let me ask one more question on that. So now with the industry changing and things are updating so quickly and there's so many, you know, people popping up and things are popping up, you know, are you seeing the multiplier for people offering you dollar amounts for your agency go up or go down?
Go up. But it's all relative.
Right.
It's how transferable is the asset is the way you have to think about it. Is
Yeah.
there something, so like does
it require you?
Does it require, yeah. And then there's different tiers within the business: finances, marketing, operations, sales, branding. And then if you grade yourself through each of those, where are you premier, world class? Where are you kind of struggling? And then based on there, you can create a valuation that is appropriate. It's easier when someone else is doing it because a lot of times when you're in it, you don't really see it for what it is. And just such is life. But how transferable is the asset? How easy is it for another person to step into the role and make it work? And then it depends on who the buyer is. If it's an SBA buyer, so that's up to 5 million. You're driven by the multiple there that your debt service coverage ratio will allow for. So based on interest rates and based on the cash flow of the business, it can only sell for a certain amount. It's typically 3.5, maybe 4, depending on interest rates. If it's private equity, you're going to go 4 to 8, maybe 4 to 10, maybe 4 to 12. It just depends on the size of the business. The bigger the business, the higher the multiple. And now there's caveats in there. Customer density. Is any one of your customer more than, say, 10%? Do you have key employee risk? Are you operating in the business a tremendous amount? Do you have good systems? Do you have good branding? Where are your lead sources coming from? Are you a single lead? So it's a loaded question. You just need more context therein to not everything like anything else.
Yeah.
Everything's created equal.
And a lot of that from a third party could be downgraded also. Like from a third party person that says, oh, well, that's not, you know, makes sense. Yeah, you're profitable, but like, you know,
we bounced around a bunch looking at different agencies when it comes to, you know, SEO, Facebook ads, even Google ads a few different times throughout the years, and talked to a bunch of people. And the biggest thing that I look for, this is the only thing I care about. Ed cares less than I do about this aspect, but this is my biggest thing is like, do they have a lead source feeding that? How are they growing right now? And Ed's more like, let's buy the book and all of that stuff, which is, they're both right answers, right? But I feel like we've talked to so many agencies in the past, and a lot of them, man, believe it or not, do not have good SOPs. They don't have systems. They don't have anything predictably built in. They're just kind of winging it month to month and doing like the Chamber of Commerce stuff, the meetings, the networking, all of it, which works, right? I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's really hard to
That's
build
tough.
that at scale. It's
Yeah.
not, and a lot of people do that, man. Like a high percentage of everyone I've ever talked to.
And it's not just agencies; it's business in general.
Oh, any business, yeah.
It's
scary. We came from white label, Rob and I, and that was the bulk of our business for 5 years. And we would see behind the scenes on how these really large agencies were operating, and we would just look at each other like, "Is this for real? Like, are we on Punked right now? What is going on?"
So bad.
And they'd have single keyword ad groups in there, and we'd find out SEO was their main offering, and they were really good at that, and they just had to offer Google Ads. They didn't give a shit. It was a check, something checked off. But I think most people would be horrified if they saw the SOPs of businesses they deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And these are like big famous agencies we will not name, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of them, man, and they're all the same because I've seen behind the curtain on most of them because we've had a lot of clients come from them, and I can see the campaigns that they were working with in the past, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, it doesn't even make sense. It's like somebody threw it together in 5 minutes, sending traffic to the homepage, and then the clients like pissed off because there's nothing happening. There's no conversion tracking set up. Going to the main website, no one knows what's working.
Plus, like, they probably don't communicate with their customer, A. B, they don't have a solid way to like get information from them from images or videos and put it into their process and queue it up into their marketing. And a lot of those guys don't show that, so that's interesting. I'm glad to.
Something else, Brian, to look at, because I know you have a lot of experience, is something called consulting for equity. I'm a fan of it, and it's all the stuff you've done in your agency you can layer into that business, and it's creating SOPs, it's creating systems, it's creating processes around how leads are generated, how your sales process takes place, how they operate the business itself. So to your question earlier about where agency is going to be, I always think there's going to be an avenue for that where you have this transferable skill set that can be layered onto other businesses as well. So as you guys are thinking agency, you could also think consulting for equity, because you could make a significant living with one or two of those and be done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I need to get into one of those.
Brian, especially you, man, because you have a multifaceted skill set where you track everything and you put in all the marketing pieces for different marketing channels. Like, you would excel at that stuff.
I'm just going to share like a silly dashboard, and I'm like psycho insane. So this is like the new AI dashboard. It's loading. Give it a second. So we're doing the citations, the logs, link building, articles, videos, all in one place. Easy
awesome.
for someone to follow. Tasks that we're tracking, AI prompts. We are, we kind of had to make a AI dashboard based off of, because not everything shows up in Google Analytics right now for AI.
That's going to get worse as well. Same with that.
It's only going to get worse. So what we had to do is a lot of manual stuff that I don't know if you're doing it, but you should. And then also just a simple idea of making simple changes, guys, to your Google My Business and your location page expands your areas. So just, start, you need to really consider these things and pull everything into it, from videos to social to links to all these things. Dude, just skyrocket stuff and quickly.
So
I'm excited to see where it goes with like ChatGPT ads and all that. Claude ads are gonna happen. It's all gonna happen. They have to.
They have to.
Yeah. Therefore, I just read yesterday like ChatGPT was like trying to get the government to basically back them on their $1 trillion loan or something like that, or they're gonna fucking fold. So they gotta roll the ads out. They better do it quick.
The thing with that though is it's interesting because I think the government's going to have to do it because it's a moon race, the space race for AI, and if they don't do it, China will do it, or someone else will do it, and that's what they're up against.
I 1,000% agree. I'm more concerned with who trains the AI, because if they train one that's an asshole, it's going to be a problem for all of humanity. Like, it has to be a nonpartisan, neutral. Like, what's the best? You know what I mean? Like,
it's not going to happen though. It's going to be an F up, because it's dictated by a group that is not regulated at this point either.
And
that's a
problem.
They can do anything they want. It's in that corporate partnerships they can literally set it so they are required to do things. So it's themselves or have a a way to kind of keep them involved, and they'll build it that way. But
Yeah.
I think it's just one more example of just our society jumping on something so quickly, a technology that is not working correctly right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't work
No.
correctly.
No. It's definitely
That
reminiscent of the 1999 everything.com.
oh yeah,
It's like you could tell we're there. It's
we're already there.
Yeah.
And if you're smart, you gotta think outside of that. Forget about what it does, because everybody and their mom can do X, Y, and Z with it. But I think it's something that is gonna really hurt our economy in the long run, because we're putting so much value to something that doesn't have the value.
Yeah.
And companies are writing it off as AI investments, and people aren't realizing it right now.
And
So
even Sam Altman was like said that he thinks that there's too much excitement in AI. Like, this is the guy who owns OpenAI telling you
yes,
chill the fuck out with investing in everything AI because there's an AI attached to it.
perfect example, Rob.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hear from the guy who made the technology, who's implementing
Yeah.
the technology, and he's like, we are going way too fast. It doesn't do all these things. You can't do these, you still need humans because this is infancy. It's just,
Yeah. Well, it's definitely an interesting time to be alive. That's for sure. All right, guys,
Brian-
we got like 60 seconds left. Does anybody
Yep.
want to have
I
a
got
final
some.
thought?
I got something for Brian. Brian, based on that dashboard, you should definitely be doing consulting for equity deals. If you shoot me an email, I'll hop on a call with you and walk through how it works.
yeah.
You could walk in and take 50% of a company, create a benchmark where they're currently at, and then anything
Yeah.
above, you split 50-50, you double the company, true 50-50, and then push them to exit. That's
Ed's
good deal.
done this a few times as well, Brian. So he knows
Yeah,
what he's talking
I'd,
about.
I'd love to get that information, because I have the multiple video companies around the country. I just don't want to do it anymore. I just want to like make cool shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, guys, that's it then. So everyone have a good weekend. Ed, you're the man. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Hey, bud.
See you.
Later.
See you, Rob.
Bye.
See you.
See ya.